Hi, I'm Lex. If you didn't know that by the name, Lex go every day, like that. Can you see it? That thing? That? Anyway, hi, it's me. I'm Lex. Today is Friday, and honestly, I am. How do I put this? I have been having a hell of a week. Let's go with that. And it kind of got me thinking, and I just thought, you know what? Today, Friday, let's just sit and chat, and let's just spend some time together. And I also wanted to just kind of check in and let you know what's going on. I am leaving. Oh, sorry, I'm leaving. I'm going on a trip, uh, which is very exciting. It's going to be amazing and fun. And, with the way planes are going, I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie. But I also am dealing with a lot mentally, as I'm sure a lot of us are. And I kind of want to just tell you, you know, um, shit is real. Like it's rough out there. And how do I say this? I don't want to sound like an alarmist. Um, Let me put it this way. So Kelly and I, my sister, we have been together for 5 years, together, besties, sisters, for 5 years, okay? And the very first Broadway show that we've ever seen together was, I kept hearing it on NPR, and it was What the Constitution Means to Me. And it was a one-person show, a one-woman show, and she essentially talked about what she learned and how she kind of deals with the reality of what our Constitution really means, all the wording of it and everything. And what the big takeaway from the show is essentially women are not in the Constitution. When it says every man has the right to vote, they are talking linguistically, literally, every man has the right to vote. Not American, man. And to this day, women are not codified in the right to vote. I'm not trying to freak you out, but I'm also trying to make you aware of the reality that we are currently living in. We have quite a few people in our government currently that is trying to change all the rules, all the laws that protect minorities. Minorities being people of color, minorities being women. And I just, this realization kind of hit me like a ton of bricks, and I just need you to realize it as well, because I don't want to. Sorry, I just put this lipstick on and it's known to get on my. I'm changing the subject. Listen, I'm panicking. Okay. I just need. If I have this information, you need to have this information, and I need you to know, just like Roe v. Wade was not codified in our Constitution, and women's bodily autonomy was not protected by our Constitution, the same can be said for women's right to vote. We are moving in the direction of the oligarchy trying to I mean, they're trying to take as much money and power as they can, right? That's what the oligarchy does. Here's the problem. I feel like this is just not focusing. Here's the problem, okay? When that happens, people there's more of us than there is of the oligarchy, right? We can collectively outnumber the uber rich, the 1%, right? So, and this goes back to history and the patriarchy. When money became a thing, when agriculture started and became a thing, differences in standing and where people exist in the level of what they have power to do, right? Hierarchy, pecking order, also came to be. When money and agriculture happened, so did hierarchy. And essentially, that also was the beginning of the patriarchy. Please don't say it doesn't exist. It exists. All right. So, in this reality of what we live under, the patriarchy, it started because, like I said, there are less oligarchs, uber rich, 1%, than there are of us regular people. So we could very easily overpower them, right? So what they did was they realized if the people who have less than feel like they have control and power over someone or something else, then they will ignore and stop caring about the 1%, the oligarchs taking everything from everyone and destroying the planet. So what they did was they gave the power to men to control women. And so that's how the patriarchy came to be. And I will give you a whole list of resources, of books that you can read and learn more about this. But the reality is we are now living through unprecedented times, and the oligarchs are trying to exert control again so they can continue to have this insane amount of power and money they will never, ever be able to spend in their lifetimes, in their children's lifetimes, in their children's children's lifetimes, probably because the planet will be destroyed by then, but I digress. The point is, we are moving in that direction, and when women started to become more educated, more independent, have freedoms they never had before, men obviously started losing control over that and power over women. And so in that regard, men believe that the patriarchy works for them. The problem is it is bad for everyone, including men, because they took their eye off the ball. We all have one enemy, and that is the people who take advantage of us and treat us like we are not valuable and like we are less than. And having power over women made men feel like they had power. That's not power. Also, we shouldn't be living that life at all. No one should have power over anyone. To think that my grandmother could not own anything unless a man signed off on it. To think that my mother has lived her life with more rights than I do now if I were to move to Texas is fucking crazy. We're moving in that direction. There are several states that will put women to death if they have an abortion and use their bodily autonomy to even just save their lives, okay? For whatever reason, a group of cells in women's bodies are more valuable than the woman herself. I need you to think and sit with that for a moment. And what they're going to say is, because she has the possibility of being pregnant and these group of cells are somehow way more important than the woman herself, she's going to become a liability. And because she's a liability, she can't do certain things, right? And when she loses that ability to be able to work a job, because they can now discriminate towards women, because she could become pregnant, and obviously there's nothing she can do about it because they're going to take away our contraceptives as well. It's all there. I need you to understand, we are in a situation. This could go really bad, really fast. This isn't just about abortion and babies and all of it. It's about control. It's about control, and they're going to start with people of color, but they already started with women. And women are literally half of the population. And if you're already controlling half the population, it's very easy to start controlling the other half. Keep your eye on the ball. It's not about having power over women, okay? It's about taking our power back, working together, and making the world a better place. If I was a billionaire, do you know what I would do for the world? Like, it's insane. I need you to think about these things. And I know more than likely the people that are in my community, my audience, my people, we get it, we understand. But I hope that I am articulating it well enough that for the people who question you, you can give them the message that this is way beyond just abortions, all right? This is about control. It's about the 1% and the oligarchy taking over and distracting you so that they can take more and more from you. That's the plan. That's always been the plan. Anyway, happy Friday. Okay, but here's the thing, all right? Yeah, this is very dark. It's very upsetting. It's horrible. It's devastating. Life is scary right now. Very scary. The other thing I want you to take away from this is just focus on the things that you can control, okay? The whole point of 45 putting in all of these executive orders and trying to overwhelm you and the media with all of these terrible, horrible, awful things is so that you feel overwhelmed and like you have no control over anything. Don't let it confuse you. You have control over things. And a lot of the things he's doing is straight up illegal, and there are judges that will take care of it. Not before he does a lot of damage. Focus on the things you can control. Do good. Be good. And as my mother loves to quote Cinderella, have courage and be kind. That's all we can do now. Don't be overwhelmed. And just do the things you know you can do. I love you. We're going to get through this. We're not going to let them get away with this. We're going to be strong. You're going to make sure your voices are heard. Have courage and be kind. Thank you for spending time with me today. I hope I didn't stress you out. Happy Friday. I hope you're having an amazing weekend, and I will see you tomorrow. Until next time.